Well, it's our Relationship Friday. Last week, the Reverend Dr. Samuel Kisiedu was here, started a very difficult subject, divorce. Explained some of the issues that bring about divorce. Today, what we want to focus on really is if we can avoid it, if we cannot, because I know that usually they don't want to go to if you cannot, but sometimes it has to happen. When it happens, how do you move on from there? And I'll start picking your phone calls really early, so get ready. We will take your phone call. Reverend Dr. Samuel Kisiedu is the founder of and president of Fruitful Ministries International, and he's joining me this morning. Good morning, Rev.
Good morning.
You are good?
Yes, by God's grace.
Thank God for your life, and thank you for being here again.
All right.
Okay. So last week, you went through some of the courses?
We went through some of the courses, and the first one I mentioned was the fact that the foundation is poor, and so the building is in trouble. And then also the poor understanding of what marriage is, wrong expectations. These days, the finance is a problem, economic issues.
Very important. And I was shocked to know that some people, because their husbands had lost their jobs, I mean, they had not completely lost it, but because of the challenges with money, they were not being paid on time, and their wives left them.
It's unfortunate. That is where the idea of marriage understanding is. You see, because you are there for better, for worse, for richer, for poorer. It's not what you get out of marriage or relationships that glorifies God or makes you the real person, but what you put in. You see, you are male or female by birth. You are a real man or woman by choice. It's what you do, the legacy you leave behind. Relationships are meant to build character in us and godliness. But people go fetching. There's no love in marriage. There's no love even in this program. There's no love in Ghana. There's no love in church. There's no love in culture. There's no love in sex. Love is in people. It's inside us. So you are building human beings. You're not just getting. So commitment becomes important. Now, people make a mistake by not distinguishing between commitment and interest. Interest gives excuses. And when it's deep interest, you can vote the wrong person into power, marry the wrong person, get into the wrong job. People have traveled overseas with deep interest. Commitment gives no excuses. Commitment, rain or shine, you will do it because you want the results. Because the desire that something has to be done is the basis of believing it can be done. So determination, okay? So people don't put in. And marriage, people make a mistake, it's not a finished product. I expect, as I sit here, you may call me a man of God. I'm a man before the of God, okay? You prepare your own food. But remember the meat, someone reared the animal. The salt, someone took seawater and went through processes. The tomatoes, the onions, the pepper. You cook your own food. And if you give ingredients to 10,000 people, there will be at least 0.000 difference in something else. People should be made to understand. That is why we need pre-marital counseling as insurance against future problems. When you see a company going on a retreat and reinforcing some truth, it's not because they don't know what to do, but reinforcing truth. Number two, you always learn something new, and then you will learn to modify something.
Okay, so as part of the courses, financial, and then people would bring children into the marriages. And they don't have enough information how to handle them. Parenting as it is, some just is tough. Then some get bored. Because they're not putting in romantic creativity, which is a new term I'm trying to bring in. I even feel like because sometimes some people would describe their partners as boring. You know, the marriage is boring. I mean, we do the same things every day.
Of diseases, disabilities, accidents, and things like that, plus mental instability. And then the big one, lack of love, affection, acceptance, and then the sex area, other sexual unfulfillment or infidelity. That's a huge one. And remember, it's not, this new book I wrote is not only for divorces, but for breaking of courtships. Because when you don't start in courtship, and parents don't train the children as if one day they're going to live with somebody, that is a huge problem in the environment.
Well, you want parents to teach their children?
Yeah, train a child, because what we call preparation, you prepare for marriage from the day you are born. Because you're training the child. When he gets to 18, 19, 20, it's icing on the cake. Character is formed. Everything is in place. Even the physical looks. The environment determines who the person is. I say we call culture a set of values defining a person. What you eat, what you put on, your language. But sometimes I want to call culture what you were taught in your home. Because the kind of home you come from determines the kind of person you are. So parents should train children. You see, the word that gives education in Latin is ex educo, bring out. So we put you somewhere, give you some instructions, and take you through processes that make you come and say you're a medical officer, you're an engineer, you're a transport owner, you're an architect, you're a broadcaster, you are this. Now, when I say training, you see, education is instruction. When I say training, it's education plus example. Aha. As a children watch what you do, so watch what you do. Children watch what you do. So you train the person with the mindset that this person is the same with career development. You put in discipline so many things so it doesn't become someone with head knowledge, but so indisciplined. Everything, dress well, do this, and all that. So the same way, parents should have in mind that my son or daughter is going to go away into a marriage one day to make a home. And that is why God made sure that Adam had a home and took time to train him for some period of time before bringing a woman. Because the man must have a vision, which is the central driving force. And people marry without any vision, no purpose. The book I wrote last year on planning for successful marriages. 18 areas. After all your counseling and all that you know, questions to ask.
Who do you ask, yourself?
Yeah, the two of you should discuss. And so I used to email it to people in the honeymoon room. For example, friends. Who are your best friends? Who is a friend? How are we going to handle our friends? Okay, sex and childbirth. When do we want to have our first child? Are we going to practice birth control? What methods are we going to use? What does it mean to handle...
You start discussing all these things when you're on honeymoon?
Actually, in courtship.
Okay.
You have started in courtship.
Yeah.
Sexuality.
But if you were to ask your partner who his best friend is, for instance, and he mentions somebody else other than yourself, should you be offended?
Oh no, then you are developing the friendship. No, actually, that's not what even I'm asking for. Because see, the problem is that when people marry friends also, friends and in-laws, I put it in the book. I put friends and in-laws in one category. People who come in as outsiders, interferences. You see, I have to know how far your friendships are. Because if you owe obligation to friends, or you are so glued to friends, and there are a lot of marriages where friends have been a big problem. On holidays, at night, during the day, not even female friends, can be male friends of the man, of the husband. And some of those are divorced, some have never married, some don't want to be responsible, want to have sex with girls but won't marry. And when they see their friend has married, sometimes they want you to sleep with their classmates. They don't have values. Some don't have values. And they don't care. One time someone called from London. Dr. Kisi, look at me. It's 1 in the morning. My husband left at 9. A friend came and said, I am coming. Communication, which is the blood of the relationship. The woman called 1 a.m. My husband, whether he's dead or alive, what has happened? From 9 in the morning to 1 in the night, the husband was not home, didn't call home. A friend who is close to the husband. This kind of thing. Then you come to the girlfriends and boyfriends. Sometimes there's no sex. But the person is so emotionally attached because of what happened in the past and obligations and things, the person can't just easily break off. And there's serious emotional infidelity where he enjoys conversation on the phone and things more than... He's not giving the woman anything.
So this is an ex-partner you're talking about?
Ex-partner. Or even an ex-classmate. They have never had sex, they have never done anything, but they have been so close. Business associates is typical. Where they have traveled for business and things, nothing happened. But even in ministry, you have to be careful. If I go around singing with a girl in town, I have to be careful because you can go all the way and then we are going to Nigeria and we're going here, it can be a problem. No sex, nothing. But then you realize that in the process, there's what called business relationship. I begin to share things I don't like about my wife. Something you should tell your wife is now the girl knows in the name of prayer and things like that. So even that, one has to be careful. And business, ministry, and other things, someone is constructing a building for you, people you derive counseling from, that's why counselors can run into problems. Because the counselor is nice and everything and whatever it is, but you must know the limits, certain things. Okay. It begins, okay, you have to deal with your spouse.
So what if your partner is telling you about something that you're doing, that he or she thinks you're doing, that he doesn't like, or perhaps thinks that that is taking you a bit away from me, but you're not seeing what he is seeing? Sometimes you tend to disagree.
Oh, that one is always. I mean, it doesn't mean my wife is perfect and perfect. We don't always necessarily agree on everything, then we are not normal. but it's given and taken.
Yeah,
you
but
see,
if you think some guy is chasing your wife is not seeing it because the guy has not come out to say in plain words that I like you and that kind of thing, but the person is really engaging your partner. How do you stop it? I mean, how do you get the person's attention
to stop things, including even your children? There should be a relationship built. Let us focus on building a relationship, mind to mind and heart to heart, using all the ingredients. That's why you want to know the needs of women in general. They want love, they want affection, they want attention, wait for them, cherish them, verbal appreciation and all that. Men want respect, they want good love making, they want love and support, they want to feel they are the leaders, they want a woman who is domestic, they want that. If you know these needs of men and women, even before, not even necessary marriage, you build a relationship and then find out. That is why in the scriptures it said in 1 Corinthians chapter 7 verse 3, the man must render affection to the wife. It didn't just say give. What it meant is that look at women like affection, but look at this woman and find out what makes her tick, what makes her happy, especially. So you have to study. Knowledge is what you use to live with people. Then it said the woman likewise, in that verse, 1 Corinthians 7 3. So even God wants women to pamper men too, but the man is the initiator. When that kind of thing goes on, and I know your needs and your likes and dislikes and things, when something happens, it becomes easier to, because you have a relationship established. And I tell the woman, sometimes the way you started correcting the man, when he started going out late, when he started coming home late, when he started doing this. So also communication comes in, which is the blood of the relationship. It's the way you put it across. If you have done your best, I'll back it by prayer. Because the secret of prayer is prayer in secret. Back it by prayer. I take practical steps to know when. Choose the right time to talk. Choose the right place to talk. You want to be an effective communicator? Right time, right place, right words, right attitude, the right tone of voice.
Okay.
Choose the right time. You choose it. What's the best time to ask? Why is coming late? See, that girl keeps calling. Okay, let me give you an example. A pastor was minister to an African-American woman in the U.S. And these are Ghanaians. But the woman will always call in the morning because she's a single parent and enjoys pastor's prayers. But you know, when you're a single parent and people like I am, you know, I tell people I don't just do counseling, establish relationships. So everybody, daughter, son. And pastor is open. What happens is that in the morning, the wife, because pastor is busy, in the morning when they are going to work, is when the wife and the husband, for 45 minutes, have a chat. But that's when the woman calls. But pastor being so nice, out of himself, after prayer, the woman will be talking, engaged. So the woman has a short time. And now when he's pointing out to the man begins to see as you hindering my ministry to the woman. Now if you trace it, if the man does that, then he is short-sighted. But usually it is rooted in a way the woman has been bringing on other complaints of the past and how she has been handling the man. Has a lot to do. Sometimes you do your best, but the person is just proud, arrogant. There's an ego in some people, no matter what, is in them. And some even need to be delivered from a spirit of pride. You see? Okay. But so usually it's the way you handle. So it's case by case examination, but I said a soft answer breaks a bone. The tone counts, the timing of it. You see, in a situation like this, I won't say it in the car. I'll wait. In the evening, we have relaxed. Sometimes, not before love making, after. A man, when he approaches you, it's what his whole being is coming to you for love making. Say, you know what, I need to, can I tell you something? Or let's find a time when, with that Christians, it's easy because we have devotion time. We even have family time, where we have family meetings. Mama, I try to make mom the chair, and we discuss food, clothing, cleaning, and things like that. I sit there, I try to make mommy the chair for that kind of thing. We have opportunity for talking and discussion. Okay. The best time when, see, men are creatures of the mind. When the man has relaxed, that is why even God waited and gave what we call pillow talk to Joseph. When it was the pillow, head is on the pillow. Find the right time and talk to the mind of a man. A woman talk to the heart of a woman for her to feel good inside. If you don't do that, you just you can't help a woman that way. Okay,
so somebody perhaps missed all these things that you've been sharing so far.
All right.
And things have been quiet, you know, for a very long time, for like a year. Some people are living together and not really living together.
Their spirits are apart. Their bodies are together.
And sometimes it feels actually like too late to get things together.
It's almost never too late.
Is it never too late, really?
Unless the marriage was dead on arrival. Some marriages are dead on arrival. The foundation is so poor. They were living a husband and wife, cooking, having sex, doing all kinds of things. All kinds of things. Or they had no purpose. Some marry people for reasons. You want to use them to go overseas, use them to get visa because of money. Help me, but as soon as they build a house, they are fighting over whose name should be on the property, and competing, and then it means they have a fundamental problem of absolute incompatibility. Motives are wrong, intentions are wrong. But if it's not that, and you drift off, you can even be the biggest minister in town. You can be the best person in town. It can happen to me if I don't watch myself. There's a guy in the U.S. who had helped about 40,000 marriages. Now he's divorced and married somebody else. And when a friend of mine asked, what happened to you? He said, I didn't take my own advice. That's the answer he gave. If you see yourself drifting apart, find the root cause. Somebody, it's like conflict resolution. The mature one is the one supposed to start the process, the one who sees it. That is where outsiders must help. And that is why in every marriage, the same in every company, everyone who's a leader needs a supervisor or a mentor of a kind. And I tell the girls to get a mentor. Anyone who is married listening to me and you don't have a friend, if for example, my wife is very upset because I haven't called for some time and I misbehaved on the phone, she should be able to call somebody, confident. We call it accountability partner.
Okay.
Like a pastor without a pastor gets a problem. That person comes to help. Okay. And that is why people must watch and see what goes on. Facial expressions and things, because people may talk to the wrong people who must be there for one another.
Okay. Let me just announce the phone line so you can put a call through quickly. 0302-211-69102. 0302-211-69102. Give us a call now and let's see how best Reverend can help you. So you say
yes,
there's nothing like
this, that look for someone who can help. Okay, first of all, someone must see. That's what we must be looking out for. They are quiet today. I see something. So you may go to your home, and the way the man talks to the woman, and whatever it is. A friend of mine went to a home, and they haven't had children for 6 years. And the man spoke so harshly to the brother. He's supposed to be so. He called the brother. He said, it was a visitor. I said, why? And these women, they do all kinds of things with themselves, and then we marry them. They don't have kids. I said, is this something the doctor said? Me, it's not my fault. So whose fault? Oh, I said, my brother. Don't do that. You're a Christian. Stop this. You see, that we know it's really something that gets to you. But give it to the Lord and pray, because by doing this, you hinder even God's blessings. Talk to him seriously. And the two of them prayed. He said he was surprised. He looked through the window and saw the man on his knees apologizing to the woman. Soon after that, they had their first pregnancy. Second, third, about 4 kids. There was a hindrance. The hindrance was the leader who, the head has the mouth to receive the food from God, had stopped it with anger and resentment. And most of this comes from family members and friends. And then when are you going to allow the negative to fill you? No, when God stepped into the thickest darkness ever, he didn't mention it. Let there be light. He said, he is so dark. You speak negative things too much. Proverbs 18:21, death and life are in the power of the tongue. So people must see. Secondly, one will always see more than the other. The one who sees in a small way begin to look for help.
Okay. On that note, I'll just speak to Prince, who's joining us from Koforidua now. Hello, Prince. Good morning.
Good morning.
Yes, Prince. Let's hear you. Thank you for calling.
I really like this program.
Thank you.
But I just want to ask, what if you have a serious family problem in your marriage?
What if you have a serious family problem in your marriage?
Yes.
You have to break it down. That's big.
Is it in-law or the...
Okay. So interferences from in-laws.
In-laws, okay.
Okay. How do you deal with, how have you dealt with it so far?
I would like to have that man's number.
Reverend Kisiedu.
Okay, let's give my number out because I'm going to do it at the end.
Yeah, let's do it at the end. Let's do it at the end. But I see it's fine, Prince. We'll try and tackle it the best way we can. Thank you for your call. You can also put a call through on 0302-211-69102. How do you deal with? I was hoping that
in-laws can be outlaws and it can be a problem. But by the law, they are in-law. By the law, they are in. You can't take them out. Somebody bought all the gari and the sugar and the shoe and the sardine and things. It's like mushroom. You see it, you pluck it and bring it to Makola, sell it at expensive price. Did you put fertilizer on it? Did you grow it? That's how we are. Please remember that when you marry your spouse, no one should come between the two of you. Create conditions. The man must bond. You don't see that they say the woman leaves. Women are emotional. They are hard people.
I have a follow-up on that. I just want to, I'm keeping Hannah on hold. Let me speak to Hannah. I'll speak to Hannah. We'll come back on the subject. Okay. Hello, Hannah. Maybe I'll just take maybe 3 or 4 calls.
Hello,
and then we'll start addressing. Yes, good morning, Hannah. Thank you for your call. Please go on.
Good morning.
Good morning.
I want to ask the marriage counselor about some questions. Because I've married for 3 years now.
3 years?
Then 2.
2.
And the man, he doesn't, when you ask for money, he doesn't give it to you. When you have your money to do some business, you collect money, he will not give you chop money. He always gives us chop money every month, but nowadays he doesn't because of some building project that he is doing. And he doesn't tell you whatever he is doing. He just do everything. Before you find out, then maybe if the thing that he is doing is wrong, or then the money is, he has lost some money. So I want to find out. Even spoken to my mommy for about almost 6 months, but he said I should pray about it. So I want to find out if the pastor can give me advice and can also help me in some way.
All right. Okay, Hannah, the pastor would definitely try to help you in some way. If we have another call through, I'll just speak to this person and then we'll move on. All right. Harris. Harris, good morning.
Good morning.
Yes, Harris.
Please, I want to find out, in some marriages, perhaps maybe the woman has some expectation before going to the marriage, like is getting old, is not getting child. So sometimes when into the marriage, when she gets the child, she knows that the expectation is met, so all her attitude changes towards the husband. And can this also lead to divorce?
All right. Thank you very much. I think that will be it for the phone calls because I have a short time to end and I want Reverend Kisiedu to tackle these issues. So please, I'm sorry, but don't put any calls through. Reverend.
Yes, very interesting because in this book...
What's the title of this?
The title is Marriages and Courtships That Break Up. Major causes and solutions. I identified 22 major causes and for each there are suggestions. The whole counseling book, which you can get at Challenge Bookstore at Kokomremre or Baptist Bookstore opposite Anglican School in Kumasi. Okay. I also want to take opportunity to announce that if you come, if you have time, call 020-812-6533. 020-812-6533. We have our annual married people's dinner. Singles can come to tomorrow at Home Touch Restaurant at the Trade Fair site, Accra. 6 to 9, you can't miss it. I'm going to talk on conflict resolution, communication, and intimacy. Okay. A combination of the 3. Okay. You're actually only paying for the food and the seminar itself is free. Okay. So call 020. Now, let me now give my number. My number is 0276. That's my personal number. 0276 322 982. 0276 322 982. And the email is KISSEADOO@msn.com. Okay. Don't forget I have a broadcast on Joy. Saturday mornings 5:30 to 6. Okay. And when I'm here, okay.
All right. So let's tackle the issues.
And the issues, for each of these, you realize that one of the first is poor foundation, then immaturity, selfishness. There was a survey in the U.S. and they found that the top causes of breakages of marriages, immaturity is one of them, selfishness, and then infidelity. These top 3. And the U.S. government, U.S. is leading in divorce rate, 50%. And when I went to their official website talking about why these things happen, my 22 reasons, even the government says it's there in the U.S. And all these things about in-law this, and then finance this, and the girl has a child and doesn't this, selfishness is key. We want it, me, this is what I want. Here's my brother, here's my sister, and therefore you have come and you are the one enjoying, I want my share, and me, without thinking about your other.
Yeah, so, in particular with the issues that came through, how do you avoid, because you see where it's headed towards?
Yes, you have to talk. You see, communication is the blood of the relationship. That is started by saying, I love you. Love means look for my welfare, my interests, my needs, my rights, my opinion. But people think it's feeling. The feeling love only drives to look for what will make you go on, your needs, your rights, your input and things. And then the three ways of showing love: you say it, you do it, you behave it. So people don't observe this. So find a way of showing love. Now, if you want love, put in and fetch. Now, I want to ask, what plan did you have for in-laws when you married your partner? We don't have any plan. We just want...
Should you have a plan for them?
Yes. You have to discuss. When it is Christmas, when it is this, who are the most important people? From mom and dad and brother and sister. If maybe your sister is divorced, kids are this, someone was going to a marriage, the sister had died, and is looking after the kids, and asked me what to do. Discuss with your man. People don't discuss things. Your brother is this and that, and some owe obligations to others because they took care of them in school and all the rest of them. So in-laws, you are to be a missionary to your in-laws. Do the best you can to make them happy. That is. And then secondly, each of us, there's no one who does things with anybody without wanting a personal benefit. There's nothing wrong with the woman being happy with the child. But the woman must be taught how to use that to build a closer relationship with her husband. And the man must lead it. You don't just provide money and provide a house and provide things and leave the woman on her own, expect her to catch your vision, when you don't spend time to explain who you are, what you do. If, for example, you are doing construction, I tell you, that man doing that, in the end, when you are leaving this world, the building you are living won't be a blessing, because God is not happy with the way you conducted affairs without discussing with your wife, cheating her in terms of money. Cheating is not only for sex. Cheating her in terms of the romance, the attitude and things. So you have to take a decision to be mutual with the person, to conduct with the person. The fear of God is the beginning of wisdom. Wisdom is knowing what to do. Get information as to what women like, how to want a woman or a man. Then use that information to build a relationship. It's hard work. Then understand who the person is and what the person's needs are. For us Christians, if the prayer and scripture comes, it's wonderful. It breaks through a lot of things. Look at the temperament of the person, for example. Different temperaments. If the person is quiet, and then the background, that big word. Because some of these people, that's how the uncle behaved, that's what the daddy did, and it is in the person. Just talking to the person, one or two are complaining, doesn't solve it at all. He has it as a habit and a mindset. So his mind has to change. But it will take some time.
Reverend, I want to say good morning to you. Did I say good morning? Thank you for your time this morning. And of course, we'll look for your book. You mentioned Challenge Bookshop.
And then Calvary Baptist Bookshop at Circle. And then Baptist Bookstop opposite Anglican School in Kumasi. Or call the book manager, Ernest, on 020-820-9567. 020-820-9567. And my personal number again is 0276-322-982. You can call my US number because next week I'm gone.
So let them call the local number and then we'll give them the US number.